my beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Giannalian, and we're back with another spoiler-free reading vlog. I'm really making it my mission to film as many reading vlogs for you guys as possible. They have become my favorite lately, and I just love chatting and reading books with you guys. I don't know what it is, I'm just obsessed with it. So we're back with another one, but this week's reading vlog is going to be strictly Kindle Unlimited books, or Kindle books in general. I definitely feel like I don't take advantage of how many amazing books and not popular books are available on Kindle Unlimited, and I have the subscription, so I might as well use it. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, Gianna, you have a lot of books on your physical TBR. You have a lot of them that you have to get through, and I know you guys, I know. But sometimes I just need a break. I just need a break from those, and I want to discover some new favorite authors, some new releases, some new series, literally something new on Kindle Unlimited, and I feel like it's a perfect platform for me to do that. Now, I did ask you guys some Kindle Unlimited recommendations and what's been kind of your favorite, and you guys delivered. You guys gave me so many, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys that responded. Some of these are not available on Kindle Unlimited where I'm from, at least. I don't know if maybe the States has different Kindle Unlimited options or literally everywhere else in the world, but Canada, sadly, I don't know if it's connected or not. I couldn't find a lot of these books on Kindle Unlimited, but I do feel like I may purchase one or two of your recommendations because I do really want to get to those, and I feel like it could be perfect for the reading vlog, so we'll see. Kicking off the reading vlog, I am currently reading Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. I discovered Emma Scott books last year, and I read this one duet by her, Full Tilt and All In. Oh my goodness, you guys, those books completely broke my heart. I love both of them. And then I saw that she had another standalone book available on Kindle Limited. So I did pick this one up a little while ago. We are basically almost done it. It is, again, heartbreakingly beautiful. We're 61% done it on chapter 15, page 169. So I feel like we should just finish this off really quickly before I pick up anything else, but I have been really enjoying this book so far. We have some very messy characters going on. Both of them kind of have a past that they both don't really want to talk about, but our main character, Faith, she's kind of running away from her work right now. She needs to take like a vacation and some time off to like clear her head. So she decides to escape to Hawaii and do like this own little solo self-improvement retreat. But then there's Asher, and Asher has a very messy past with his family, and he also came to Hawaii to run away from his past, and that's how Faith and Asher kind of meet under kind of crappy circumstances, but you'll know if you read. And that's kind of how they meet in Hawaii, and that's how their friendship situationship blossoms, and we're just kind of reading them figuring out life and figuring out their desires and stuff like that. It's just really cute, and the writing is absolutely amazing. It is spicier than I thought it was going to be, but it's some good spice. It's not overwhelming. So that's the update for this book, and then we will obviously pick up our next book. I don't know what that is going to be yet, but we will figure it out. And like always, it is going to be spoiler free. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading vlog. I am still terribly sick. I've been sick for 2 weeks now. It is not fun. I am #dying, but we're gonna push through it. We're gonna read some amazing books, and let's get this reading vlog started. You guys, I'm about to finish Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott, and I just wanted to give you guys one last update before I do actually just finish it, because we're 81% through page 229, chapter 21. The last chapter that I read when I was at my shift yesterday literally had me almost in tears, and we're still in the middle of that whole heartbreak session, and I wanted to stop there and just like update you guys, but I couldn't obviously talk until now. But oh my gosh, I was crying the last Emma Scott books that I read, so like I'm not surprised that this one is so heartbreakingly sad, but I just wasn't expecting it. It's one of those books that like you just don't expect there to be sadness, so it just kind of like hit me out of nowhere and made me really upset. But I'm hoping that things fix itself, or at least like we get somewhat of a resolution here. I don't know, we're just gonna finish it. It's so sad, like so sad. I don't even know what I'm gonna rate this book to. The rating, I have no idea, because it's kind of been a roller coaster. Like I've really enjoyed it, and then there's been moments where I'm like, okay, this is kind of going nowhere, you know? So we will see by the end of it, but Emma Scott's writing is definitely a must that I really like. Tanning with me? Whoa. Filled up with gratitude to have so much love in my life. A family that I'd had to make when my own failed me, but a real and true family nonetheless. The end. I don't know if I want to cry tears of joy. I don't know if I want to cry in general. Emma Scott knows how to pull at your motherfucking heartstrings. I can't with her. Emma Scott, let's just say right off the bat, is a very underrated author, you guys. I highly recommend her one duet that I read. The first book was 5 stars. The second book fell off a little bit, but I still would recommend the duet as a whole. Those books introduced me to her writing, and I saw that she had another standalone. I mentioned this, and I was really excited to pick it up, and her writing did not disappoint. Her plot lines did not disappoint, and her ability to break my frickin' heart and make me fall in love with these characters and then forcing me to have to say goodbye to them is absolutely, it's insane. It's insane, but I'm here for it, and I highly recommend her books. And I highly recommend this one as a whole because I am gonna rate this 4 out of 5, I think. It was really, really great and I loved it, but I don't see myself rating it anything above that, you know? If you want a book that has a lot of found family, but is still so heartbreaking, filled with lots of tragedy and just pure passionate love, then you're really going to enjoy this book. It was a little bit slower at the beginning, or like it gave me like weird vibes at the beginning where it was not insta-lovey, but like you kind of saw where the relationship was going. It was very just predictable towards the beginning, which I didn't really like. But if you push through that, then you're like, oh wow, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. Wow, my heart is broken. You know? I'm excited to pick up more books by her, but this one is going to be a 4 out of 5. Now, we need to pick up our next Kindle book, and I really want to read one of your guys' recommended books that you guys left me so many comments for, but a lot of those, like I said, are not on Kindle Unlimited, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna buy one because I love you guys so much, and I really want to take a recommendation from you guys. And the amount of Abby Jimenez, or Jimenez, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, the amount of times you guys mention her books, I feel like we have to do it. I've never read a book by her before. I've kind of been put off by them, I can't lie. I don't know what it is about her books. She kind of reminds me of Emily Henry. And I hope that's not the case because I really do not like Emily Henry's books. I'm sorry, please don't hate me, guys. I'm gonna go back through your suggestions though, and I'm going to find the one that was recommended the most. And I'm actually gonna purchase the Kindle book properly this time, you guys. Abby Jimenez. I love all of her books. I downloaded them again to read them on vacation in July. I'm going to Norway. Ooh, Pink Hawk 191. Hope you enjoy your trip, love. Okay, so she just said Abby Jimenez. So that kind of gives me like a lot to choose from. I need like an actual recommendation though because I'm indecisive. Happy Place. Any Abby Jimenez, especially a part of your world where it talked about part of your world. I feel like I've heard of that. Hold on. Just for the Summer. Is that an Abby Jimenez book? We're just gonna buy it. Seems pretty popular, but I've also heard mixed opinions. $15 for the Kindle edition? Are you kidding me? This witty, slow burn rom-com is the ideal beach read. It's giving Emily Henry, guys. Ooh. When a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they come up with a plan. They'll date each other and break up. Their curses will cancel each other's out, and they'll both go on to find the love of their lives. It's a bonkers idea, and it just might work. It's supposed to be a quick fling just for the summer, but when Emma's toxic mother shows up and Justin has to assume guardianship of his 3 siblings, they're suddenly navigating a lot more than they expected, including catching real feelings for each other. What if this time fate has actually brought the perfect pair together? Interesting. Okay, let's buy it. I just love spending money. Oh! Guys, how quick was that? It literally just showed up. Okay, Kindle. I'm nervous. This is my first Abby Jimenez book. She better be worth all the hype, you guys. She better be worth all the hype. I really hope I like this. I really hope so. Guys, it's actually quite literally ridiculous how many times I start a book and then almost forget to give you guys a first update in any reading vlog. I don't know why it happens every single time. So I'm here with a first official update on Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez.
I have some things to say. We officially made it to page 65, chapter 7. We're on an Emma chapter. And before I get into the thoughts, I'm gonna tell you what's kind of going on right now because we're not far enough into the book where I'm spoiling anything. So we follow Emma and Justin, and basically they believe that they're kind of cursed. Every single time both of them get into some sort of relationship, they end up getting broken up with, and then the person that broke up with them then finds their soulmate or the person that they basically end up marrying for life and stuff like that. So they both believe that they're cursed, and Justin posts this like Reddit thread to the internet basically coming forward and being like, this is what's happening to me. Am I crazy? Is this a curse? Like, I've never heard of this before. And then Emma sees said Reddit thread and was like, oh my gosh, this happens to me too. Weird coincidence, we're the same. So they kind of connect over that. Emma sends him a message being like, hey, this actually happens to me too. And they come up with this crazy idea being like, okay, if we pretend to date, or we fake date basically, and then break up, that should break the curse. Now, as you can see, the whole book is based off of something that quite literally, most likely, I'm pretty sure would never happen in real life. And my history with those types of books, I actually absolutely hate, but this one I'm actually kind of enjoying. The writing is so extremely funny. I'm loving Emma's best friend. I forget her name, but they're like travel nurses or nurse assistants, but they don't stay in one spot for too long. So they go to one area for a few months and work, and then they change and go to another country for a few months, whatever. So Emma's best friend that she does that with, I absolutely freaking love her. She is the funniest person ever. Every quote that I have saved or highlighted is basically from her. That's kind of my favorite part of the book so far. Other than that, Abby Jimenez's writing I'm enjoying much more than I thought. It is not similar to Emily Henry's, thank goodness. And I'm excited to see where the whole relationship part goes, because right now I'm not that interested in that part, surprisingly. But I think it will get better, as long as I keep in mind that like this would actually never happen. So I know it's going to be super dramatic, but I can look past that. Let's continue reading. 19% through. Let's see how long it will take us to finish this. Okay, so Emma's mom seems like a complete nut job. She's a crazy one. I'm gonna need more info on her. Stat. This book is actually really cute, you guys. Like, I'm actually enjoying this so much more than I thought I was going to. I feel like it's something also just about the characters as a whole. Like, I feel like they're very relatable, they're very real, and maybe it's just some of the things that they're saying that I relate to as a person, especially Emma as a character. Her personality is very similar to mine, or how she deals with problems is very similar to mine. And even though I haven't had the family trauma that she has had, I'm very lucky that I haven't had that trauma. It's just how she explains how she deals with those problems that I'm very similar. Like, our problems are different, but we deal with them in the same way is what I'm trying to say. And I really am enjoying that. And just, I don't know, the cuteness, but also how cute and sad it is at the same time. It's just something about it that's different, and I'm loving it, and it's a vibe. We're on page 151, chapter 15. Loving the dual POV as well. 39% done. So we're kind of flying through it, I can't lie. I'm hoping to get to the 50% mark before I go to bed, because it is 11 p.m. right now, but we shall see. I've been sleeping on Abby Jimenez's books, you guys. What the heck? I should have listened to you guys sooner. But then again, we're also not even halfway, so it could go downhill from here. I feel like we need to chat because it's been literally a whole weekend now and I haven't updated this reading vlog at all because, one, I didn't even really read this weekend because I did go out to see my grandma this weekend in Michigan. We went home for the weekend, so there wasn't a lot of reading that went on, and I also just didn't want to film this weekend at all. I wanted to savor every single moment of being back in Michigan. So we're here with an official update because I did binge this book in the car on the way there and a few days before that, and I just didn't update you guys. So we're almost done this book. book, and I'm freaking obsessed with it. I do not understand why I put off Abby Jimenez's books. I don't know why. I was literally reading this book in the car on the way. There was music playing on the stereo. There was my sister's TikToks going on in the background. My mom was talking to me, and we're having like kind of side conversations here and there. And I was still sucked into the book. That has never happened to me before. I get overstimulated when I read so often and so easily that I was just shocked that I was so sucked into this book while all of that was going on. So that just shows you something. That's just like a sign to show you how into this book I am, basically. So we're 73% through it, chapter 37. We're on an Emma chapter, and we're on page 309. There's apparently 422 pages in the whole entire book. So we're getting close, guys. Just a little over 100 pages left, and I just have no words. I have no words. I'm obsessed with Abby Jimenez's characters, and I'm laughing at every single page. Now, this is the best part about this book so far, and I'm trying to put it into words because it's just based off of feeling for me. But if I could put it in words, it's almost like you want to read about intense, complex characters that have been through a lot and are working on themselves throughout the whole entire book to become a better person and learn from their mistakes and just become stronger. But they're also so extremely funny. Like, their banter is everything. Emma's best friend is everything. She's like probably one of my favorite characters. She is so funny. She has no filter whatsoever. But then Emma's also really funny, and Justin's also really funny. Like, they actually have personality to them besides just what they went through. So I'm just really enjoying this. I'm excited to see how it's gonna end because it is a little bit messy right now. Justin has a lot going on with his home life, let's just say that, which also just shows how sweet of a man he is, on a side note. But then Emma's also battling with the internal struggles of like her past and if she wants to take a risk. And then Emma's best friend is just there. She's supporting, but at the same time she's like, you need to learn from your mistakes, miss. Yeah, I think we're just gonna finish it. We are about to finish this, you guys. We're on page 388, chapter 46. A whole lot happened the last time I updated you guys. I feel like this book has definitely been a roller coaster the whole entire time of a bunch of different emotions and different things going on in all the characters' lives, and there's a lot of back and forth, but the events that just happened, wow. I feel like in all of my updates I keep saying how funny this book is, and yeah, the characters have gone through things, but it's still mostly cute and funny and all this and that. But I've wanted to tear up multiple times. It's just so sad, some of these things, and how Abby Jimenez words it and stuff like that. It just makes me so sad and definitely pulls at my heartstrings. So I don't even know. I don't know how to feel right now. I'm kind of speechless. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I'm kind of like going through all the emotions right now of happy and then laughing and then crying, and then my heart is just melting. I'm just very confused, but in the best way. Like, this is a good feeling. I just don't know what to think or like where I think the end's gonna go because I just have no idea. Let's finish it. We're 91% done. Oh my gosh, I feel like I need like a minute. Like, I feel like I need to like take a break, step away from the book, and then finish it because right now I'm just like, I don't know. Oh my god. We completed her. What a wild story. That was a roller coaster. That was an absolute roller coaster of emotions, laughs, everything in between. Wow. Well, I read my first Abby Jimenez book, you guys, and I frickin' loved it. I am so sorry to everyone that told me to read her books and I just said no, because you guys were right. I think this has to be a 5 stars. I think it has to be a 5 stars. That is wild to me. Am I actually gonna rate this 5 stars? I need to think on this. I really need to think here. I'm gonna take the night to sleep on it, but like, 5 stars. It's officially the next day. Definitely pushing the evening. I don't know why. I literally am just in the mood to read in the evening. Why? I have no idea. But I'm thinking of reading on the porch before the sun goes completely down. But I need to talk to you guys about Just for the Summer because The way that we ended off last night, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a 5-star, because I just was going through so many different emotions and I absolutely loved every single second of it. And after taking the night to sleep on it, I think it's still gonna be a 5 out of 5 stars, you guys. I just can't stop thinking about the book. I can't stop thinking about the characters. I think the writing was absolutely beautiful. Everything kind of connected perfectly. I'm just obsessed with the book as a whole, so I feel like it deserves that 5 stars. Like, it deserves it, especially if I can't stop thinking about it, you know? Oh, it was just so perfect to read at this time too. It's been so warm out this week in Canada that like I couldn't think of a better time to read it, because now I'm even more excited for the summertime. And it was also really interesting reading about a book based in Minnesota. Minnesota is definitely like a place that I don't really hear too much about, don't really see often, so I learned a lot about Minnesota and like their traditions and stuff. But either way, that's besides the point. It's a 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend you guys read it. I know I'm late, but if you haven't read it, please read it. We're gonna pick up our next Kindle Unlimited book. This one is actually on Kindle Unlimited. It's been on my Kindle Unlimited TBR for so long. I wanted to read this back in like the fall time, but I just didn't end up getting around to it. So we're gonna be reading Bridesmaid for Hire by Megan Quinn. Now, I literally have no idea what this series is about. I just discovered it was a series not too long ago, so we're just gonna go into it blind. I feel like I've been doing that with a lot of books recently. Like every single book lately, I just have been saying, okay, yeah, it looks interesting, let's start reading. And honestly, I've been enjoying books so much more since I've been doing that, so we're just gonna jump into it. Why not? I've heard amazing things about it. I've heard how funny it is, and maybe if I like it enough, then we can pick up the next few books in the series. I have no idea, but we will see. If you've read this, let me know your thoughts. And I'm excited. I've never read a book by Megan Quinn. Okay, you guys, yes, I am in my pajamas. We're just vibing, okay? Post shower, I'm chilling, had an amazing workout today. I'm just chilling in my pajamas, okay? Let's just not talk about it. But I want to give you guys a first update on Bridesmaid for Hire by Megan Quinn, because I don't know how I'm feeling about the book. I can't lie. Just hear me out here, because I'm very early into the book still, but it's not off to the best start. Made it to chapter 5, page 59. We're 12% through the book. We have dual POV, Maggie and Brody going on here. I think, honestly, it's the author's writing for this book. Maybe it's her writing all the time. I don't know. I've never read a book by this author before, but it's cringe. It's very cringe. It's very just, I don't want to say weird, because I feel like that's kind of mean, but I'm just not loving it. I'm not getting into it. It's basically making me not want to read the book, is what I'm trying to say. The characters are just very different, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my cup of tea, and I just don't know. I don't know my feelings on this book, and I feel like with the way that I'm feeling this early on in the book, it's not a good sign. But there's still some hope, because I still am intrigued by whatever it is that this plot is. It still has me kind of hooked. Kind of. The book's based in Bora Bora. We have Maggie, which is a wedding event planner. I don't know why that's so hard to say. And she owns her own company. And then we have Brody, and he works for a very wealthy, very successful man that owns a hotel chain, or like the biggest hotel chain or whatever. So those are our two characters. But Maggie and Brody know each other because Brody is Maggie's brother's best friend. So we have brother's best friend going on here. They did have one little moment like a few years ago, and then nothing came about that. But now they meet back up again. It just doesn't make sense. My explanation doesn't make sense. I'm all over the place. The book's all over the place. But those are the vibes going on. I'm just here for the Bora Bora vibes at this point. And I think it's going to be pretty steamy, because again, like just how they're explaining some things or like their feelings, I'm like, ugh, this is icky. This is really, really icky. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't really want to continue reading it, but I feel like I need to give it a fair chance, you know? So that's your first update. Yeah. Okay, I really don't like to say this, you guys, but I'm really not liking this book. Like, at all. We made it to page 186, chapter 10, 39% through. Now, the chapters of this book, just this one actually I'm about to read, 45-minute long chapters. Are you kidding me? I read one that was 59 minutes long. That is absolutely ridiculous, especially for a romance book. It's dual POV as well. So there were so many things that went on in Brody's chapter because it was 40 minutes long. Now I'm about to read a 45-minute chapter of Maggie. I don't need to know that much information all in one of the characters' point of views. Point of views. And like the writing is so cringy. The characters are cringy. I can't. I literally can't. I can't take the book seriously. Every single word I read, I'm just like not absorbing it. I'm really trying to push through here to the 50% mark because that is kind of like my thing on DNFing a book is I really try to make it to the 50% mark before I officially DNF it. But we're 39% through and I cannot do this. I've been giving this book a chance for so long and it's literally been like 4 days of me reading this book because I can't bring myself to just pick it up and continue reading it. So I'm very passionate about this clearly because I'm just really not enjoying it. This has to be probably one of the worst books I've read in 2025 so far. I think this is top of the list, you guys. And I'm not trying to paint this book as being horrible and terrible and all this and that. This is obviously just my opinion and based on what I like to read and what I consider as a good book based off of feeling and based off of enjoyability for myself. It's just not there. So that's what I mean by me saying I don't think this is a good book. So I think we're gonna DNF it. I think we're going to because I just don't want to read it anymore, to be honest. We made it 39% through and I can't do it, guys. So I think we're gonna take a break from the romance because I'm not vibing with it clearly. I think maybe I'm just over reading Kindle Unlimited romances. So I think we're gonna pick up Frida McFadden's newest release, The Tenant, I think it's called. I believe it is on Kindle Unlimited. All of her books normally are. And I just need a refresher. This Bridesmaid for Hire book has definitely put me in a mini little slump. Can't lie. So we're gonna pick up a Frida McFadden book. She just knows how to get me out of a slump and get me in the reading mood again. So we're gonna read The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I'm not gonna read the description. I don't want to know anything about it. The characters' names, nothing. I just want to go into it completely blind. And we're just gonna get started. I'll keep you guys updated on this one and hopefully it will be better. Way too modern. Way too modern. Okay, first official update on The Tenant by Frida McFadden. Definitely an anticipated release. I didn't even know she was coming out with a new release anytime soon. So this one's super interesting because obviously I read Frida McFadden's other new release and I still am kind of confused on the buildup of this book. We're 63 pages into it, chapter 11. I love that Frida McFadden's chapters are so short. The last book we just DNF'd, you're telling me I'm gonna read a 53-minute chapter? That's not happening. These, 6 minutes long. Absolutely love it. So bingeable and definitely already getting out of the slump that I was getting in. But I'm still confused on the whole concept of the book so far. And obviously it's Frida McFadden, so it takes a while to get that build up and learn the characters and like figure out what is really gonna happen. So that's kind of my dilemma right now, but I'm still really enjoying it and I'm really intrigued. And also both of the characters seem extremely interesting and I like how the way that she set up this book, obviously they have a tenant staying in their home, a married couple or almost married couple, they're engaged. They have to invite a tenant to live in their house to be able to still afford it and live there still and not have to sell their house. So they were kind of on the mission at first to find a tenant and that was a little bit crazy, but I think there's more to that comes later in the book. We just don't know it yet. It's like kind of a little bit of foreshadowing. And then now we're obviously getting their interactions of them getting to know their new tenant that is now living in their home. It's a little bit wild, but again, I'm intrigued, I'm hooked, and we're just gonna keep reading. I'm 20% through. And also don't mind how sunburned I am. I was at the beach all day, didn't wear sunscreen. I never learned my lesson. I do have to run to work very, very soon. I've been so behind on time lately, and reading is just like going down on the list. Like, I've been wanting to finish this book for 2 days now, you guys, and something gets in the way, or I don't have time for this, or I don't prioritize reading is the moral of the story. These updates have definitely been sporadic and spread out between so many days, and that's not because of like the book itself, it's just literally me and my time. But we're on page 217, we're 64% done the book, chapter 39. I literally have no idea what to think about this book. I'm really, really enjoying it, but at the same time, some of it seems so unrealistic, and I feel like Frida, and what I'm worried about, she's doing a trope that I absolutely hate, and I'm not gonna say what it is because this far into the book, I feel like if I do say that, it's gonna spoil a lot of things or give you guys ideas before you even get into the book. And obviously this is just a guess, it's not set in stone, it's not said, so I'm just gonna hope that that's not what Frida McFadden's doing, because I absolutely just hate that trope, and if it is, then it definitely will impact my rating, it will impact my opinion on the book, which sucks, and that's definitely a me thing, but at the end of the day, that's my rating, and that's how I personally feel about the book. So that was a lot of rambling. But besides the potential ending that could happen, I am really, really enjoying it. Frida McFadden, like I said, hooks me in with her writing every single time. I'm intrigued. I don't want to put the book down. And with how short the chapters are, I'm like, yes, let's read another, let's read another. I don't want to stop reading. This is so good, you know? So I'm really enjoying it. And now it's just up to the ending, basically. Like I said, we're 64% done. The book only has 345 pages, so we're flying through it. It's just the suspense of this that I can't handle anymore.
Craziness.
Okay, so we officially finished The Tenant by Frida McFadden. That was absolutely wild. That was craziness. But before I get into my thoughts about The Tenant, I am going to give you guys the general wrap up of all the books that we read in this week's rating vlog. I am going to close off this video here. I feel like I'm ready to go back to physical books. I do miss them, and I do obviously have a lot of books on my physical TBR that I do need to be reading. So as much as I love Kindle Unlimited, I feel like I need to do a little bit more back and forth. So I would say that we read 4 books in this reading vlog, but we technically only did read 3 because I did DNF one of them, but that was just absolutely necessary. So obviously the first book that we did finish was Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. I highly recommend you guys read this one by her or pick up some of her other books if this one may not interest you as much, because her writing is just absolutely amazing, and she just has a way with breaking your heart but also making your heart feel so full at the same time. So definitely a new favorite author of mine that I discovered, and her books being on Kindle Unlimited is so convenient. And also my rating is definitely gonna stay what I originally rated it, with a 4 out of 5 stars. It could even be a 4.5, but I'm content with just the 4. Then we picked up Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This was a 5-star read, you guys, and I'm still standing behind that 5-star. I freaking ate this book up. I still think about it, and I know I read it not too long ago, but I was just very, very impressed with this book. I think it is the ultimate perfect summer read. Obviously summer's in the title, but you know, some books, they try to push summer onto you a little bit too much, and it's not really even that summery, or the vibes aren't even that great. This one, the vibes were perfect. So I know I'm late, but highly, highly recommend picking up some Abby Jimenez books for the summertime. I know I'm definitely going to start picking up more of her books now that I know I really like her writing. Then we tried to read Bridesmaid for Hire by Megan Quinn. Now I did DNF this, and I'm honestly not mad about it. I really tried to push through that book, you guys, and there was just so many things that just weren't for me as a reader, and I just wasn't having a good time. And it sucks for me to say that because so many people do love the book and so many people have amazing things to say about it. I just couldn't do it. So we sadly did have to DNF that around like the 40-ish% mark, I want to say. Yeah, I just honestly don't really want to talk about that book. It was such a letdown. And then lastly, we just finished The Tenant by Frida McFadden. Can we just talk about how I didn't even know this was releasing this year? I didn't even know she had another release coming out, but it was really good. If I'm being completely honest, I know ratings kind of differ and stuff, but I've never read a Frida McFadden book that was
was bad or that I really, really didn't like. So this one was definitely good, but it wasn't my favorite. And because I've read so many of her books at this point, one, I feel like her books are getting a little bit easier to guess, and two, I kind of just have like a rating scale specifically for her books, and this one just was very average. So I think I'm gonna rate it a 3 out of 5. It was still good, but it wasn't absolutely amazing. Like there's definitely other ones on her backlist that I loved a lot more. I did kind of guess the ending to this book or the main twist. I didn't guess how this twist happened or the last little tidbit that Freida McFadden liked to throw in at the epilogue, but the main twist of the plot, I did guess that, and that kind of ruined it for me a little bit because I did guess that like 35-ish% through. So yeah, I was really hoping that my guess wasn't right, but when I did figure out it was right, I was like, oh, okay. Either way, still recommend it. The plot was super interesting. It just was guessable, I guess. I don't really know. But either way, those are all the books that we read in today's reading vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me read Kindle Unlimited books for a week, or Kindle books in general for a week. If you're kind of on the fence about getting Kindle Unlimited or getting a Kindle in general, this is your sign to do so, because I absolutely freaking love both of these things with my whole entire heart. Kindle Unlimited is so convenient. You can find new authors, new series, new releases right away available on Kindle Unlimited, and they're constantly adding so many new things over there. And then your Kindle, come on you guys. Kindle is a Kindle. I freaking am obsessed with mine. Anyone else you talk to is obsessed with theirs. So bite that bullet and get a Kindle. I'm such a bad influence when it comes to shopping because I love to spend money, but this one is an actual must that you will love. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's reading vlog. If you guys did, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff you guys know what to do. Don't forget to check out my second channel down below because I will be posting over there regularly very, very soon, and I'm so excited to share that content with you guys. But other than that, I hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! So many fireworks. I should probably turn on a light, shouldn't I? Oh, my kitchen lighting is horrendous. Just need to find those comments. Let's see. Oops. I just love it so much. You can see me in the mirror. Just do not like it. I don't know the saying. What is it? A positive and a positive equals a negative or something like that? Oh no, what happened? Whoa! Almost fell. That was so scary. Perfect for filming. So we're gonna be reading The Bridesmaid. Good job, Gianna. We made it to page 180. Oh. So we sadly did have to DNF that around like the 40-ish. My voice.